We start off with news here at home. President Rajapaksa donates his monthly salary to the program of rebuilding the Northern Rail Track up to Kankasanture. The Northern Rail Track linking the north and the south will initially be rebuilt up to Kankasanture. At a function at the Presidential Secretariat today, the President donated his monthly salary to Minister Dallas Alahaperuma. President Secretary Lalit Veeratunga also handed over his monthly salary to this worthy cause. Moving on to security news, the situation in the Wani battlefront is tense. Troops are engaged in operations to liberate the swath of land which is in the grip of the terrorists. Our representative Sujit Vedanapathirana reporting from the battle zone said the terrorists are now confined to an area of 9 square kilometers except for the no-fire zone. Task Force 8 under the supervision of Colonel Ravi Priya and under the guidance of Major General Kamal Gunaratna of the 53rd Division have made headway from the forward defense line north of the Nandikadal Lagoon beyond the A35 highway east of Pudukkudiripu. They had done so after an intense battle with the terrorists. Our representative said that the obstacles will not undermine the advancement of the troops due to their high morale. It is the same commitment displayed by the veterans who have over 20 years' experience or the newly recruited personnel. A majority of UN member states are against giving the LTTE a lifeline while it continues to hold civilians as human shields. There is a chorus of calls to release the remaining civilians in LTTE's grip. The LTTE is also called to surrender and disarm, according to a diplomat at the UN who told the Daily Mirror on the condition of anonymity. The co-chairs in their last statement demanded the LTTE to discuss surrender modalities and accept amnesty for their members. They also noted that while the LTTE was blocking civilians trying to escape for safety, the government continued dispatching food and medicine, although part of that supply was abused by the LTTE. Police are probing the recovery of powerful explosives from Mattakulya. Media spokesman SSP Ranjit Gunasekara said a special team is handling the inquiry. The police spokesman said a team under the guidance of the SSPs of the Western Province arrested an LTTE suspect from Punche Buralla on Saturday. A Muslim suspect was nabbed from Mattakulya on the information provided by this suspect. 280 kilograms of C4 explosives, 28 grenade launchers of 40 mm, 30 grenades of Type 82, 5 detonators, 2 remote controls components of T-56 weapons, 693 rounds of T-56 ammunition, 23 magazines, wires and telephones were recovered from an underground cell in his house. The police are conducting further investigations to ascertain as to why the explosives were brought to Colombo. Still on local news, the Navy has evacuated another group of injured civilians trapped in LTTE clutches. This is the 13th batch to be evacuated on board the Green Ocean vessel. There were 494 patients. They were rushed to the Pulmuddai and Padaviya base hospitals after providing emergency treatment. The group comprised 152 males, 216 females and 126 children. There were also 15 expectant mothers. Naval doctors said their health had deteriorated due to lack of food. These civilians pleaded with the president to liberate relatives trapped in the grip of the LTTE. They claimed that despite continuous food supplied by the government, the terrorists did not distribute them among the civilians. WHO experts have begun a probe into the rubella vaccine. Minister Nima Siripala de Silva instructed them to submit an immediate report after the conduct of an impartial inquiry. Dr. Madhav Ram and Stephen Gutschad arrived in the island to undertake the probe. They met the health minister today. In the meantime, the ministry's Public Health Deputy Director General, Dr. Palitha Mahipala, handed over an interim report of an inquiry to the health minister. The minister opined he will not hesitate to take dire action against those found responsible for this ordeal. The price of rice further declines in the market with the receipt of the Maha Paddy harvest. Reports indicate that prices have dropped in areas such as Munragala, Vallavaya, Buttala, Sembalandua, Thanamalvila and Balangoda. The price of red and white raw rice has dipped to between 45 and 50 rupees per kilo. It is below the government stipulated price. The average price of a kilo of paddy in Monaragala is 28 rupees. Farmers in the area said they can afford to sell a kilo of rice between 45 and 50 rupees, purchasing paddy at this rate. A debate has surfaced whether Ranil Wickremesinghe or Karu Jayasuriya should be the leader of the UNP. The party headquarters, Sirikota, is reported to be in a tense situation following the submission of the 8-member committee report proposing a chief leader and a leader. Our representatives at the location said a special working committee meeting commenced this afternoon. The committee was appointed to sort out the revolt against the party leadership. The committee, headed by Gamini Vikrama Pereira, submitted its proposals. A representative of the committee told ITN that it proposed Ranil Wickremesinghe as the chief leader and deputy leader Karu Jayasuriya as the leader. Committee members loyal to Ranil Wickremesinghe are of the view that he should be the leader of the party as well as the opposition. However, the rebel group emphasizes that Karu Jayasuriya should take over the leadership. A spokesman for the group told ITN that they had already decided to take a stern decision if the leadership issue was not settled today. And that's it in the local scene. Up next is News Overseas. Moving on to News Overseas. Pakistan's Prime Minister Yusuf Raza Gilani has reached a consensus to work in support with the opposition. A special discussion was held with opposition leader Nawaz Sharif in Lahore. 17 have perished in an air crash at Montana in North America. The incident happened when the aircraft was landing. Still on overseas, 2 people have been killed when an air cargo plane crashed in Japan. The accident occurred due to unfavorable weather conditions. And finally, the most profitable nano motor vehicle in the world was displayed in Mumbai. Its market value is $250,000 US. And before we wrap up, here's a recap of our top stories. Troops close in on the no-fire zone. UN decides that the LTTE deserve no sympathy for using Tamil civilians as human shields. Sirikota is tense. The UNP splits on the party leaders issue. And on overseas, the Pakistani Prime Minister and the opposition leader forget past differences. And that's it from us. It was a great pleasure having you with us. Thanks for watching. Good night.